Hi, this is Kendra from Pencil and Pigment, and today is Tuesday, which means I'm doing art around the world, and it is the month of April, which means I'm doing the Ukraine. And I wanted to do an artist spotlight of a couple creators who did art in the Ukraine, and the first one is this woman. Her name is Maria Primachenko, and I apologize for my horrible pronunciation. But she was born in 1909, and she only attended school for about 4 years. She contracted polio, and that sort of physical impairment affected her life and her art. But as a child, her mother taught her embroidery, and she became a member of the Ivanakiviv Cooperative Embroidery Association. And while she is known for her embroidery, it is her folk art painting that she taught to herself that really took off. So she is self-taught. And here is one of her pieces. And in 1936, the First Republic exhibition of folk art featured her paintings, and this was shown in Moscow, Leningrad, and Warsaw. And Maria sort of was awarded a first-degree diploma for participating in this exhibition. And in the 30s, her paintings are said to be incited by folk traditions, sort of the natural world, and fairy tales. And she started initially painting on white backgrounds using bright and bold colors. And from the 1960s, 1980s, she moved on from watercolor to gouache. In 1966, she was awarded, there, so you can see that. She was awarded, there we go, make sure that that's in frame. Let's see where I was. The Taras Shevchenko National Prize of Ukraine. And her paintings were exhibited all over, from the former Soviet Union, Poland, Bulgaria, France, and Canada. And obviously her work is featured on stamps and coins from the Ukraine. And in the 1970s, she began to put little phrases and proverbs on the back of her canvases. In 1997, at the age of 88, she passed away. And a year later, a minor planet was actually named after her. So in 1998, which is very cool. And it was planet 142624. So she has over 650 paintings, can be found in the National Folk Decorative Art Museum. But we sort of need to talk about a little bit the war and what's going on. But I don't want this video to be a downer, but we still kind of need to discuss things. So, the Ivanakiviv Historical and Local History Museum, which housed about 25 of her pieces, did burn down and were lost. There was an interview where they interviewed her great-granddaughter, and apparently, while the building was burning, a gentleman ran in and rescued 10 of her paintings. So I kind of want to, I want to talk about her art is a symbol of peace, and that's going to be a common theme with both these artists that I discuss. The United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, known as UNESCO, declared 2009 the year of Maria Primachenko. I have trouble with her name, I apologize. But I thought that was very, very cool. And I just kind of want to sum up talking about her that, you know, Pablo Picasso went to an exhibition in Paris and saw her art, and he said that he bows down before this artistic miracle of this brilliant Ukrainian. And I agree. I think her work is absolutely lovely. I love that it is honored on coins and on stamps, and I love that it's become a symbol of peace, and I just think that that is absolutely incredible. The next woman I want to talk about is Polina Renko, and she was born in 1928, and I won't get too much into her family details, but know and understand that her husband, their kids went through some inordinate amount of horrible hardships. Like, it was a lot. And in the fall of 1998, at the age of 69, she began to paint. And she decided to paint her house. And she decided to use art as a method of processing all these hardships that had happened to her. And she used her monthly pension, which at the time would have been about $15 US dollar. And she bought paints and brushes, and she used sort of the most affordable and quickest method of paint to purchase. It was like an enamel PF for outdoor use. And after about 4 years, she had painted her entire property, like her entire home. And she covered the walls, the ceilings, floors. She filled everything so much that she had to go outside, and she covered gates, fences, the garage door. Eventually, she was asked to paint portions of other people's homes in little bits, paint part of their stoves, their gates, even tombstones at the local sort of cemetery. She painted those. It was so popular that it became a tourist attraction. At the age of 75 in 2004, she passed away. And her house was eventually sold, but it is protected by a federal and cultural heritage law, so it is considered a national monument of Ukraine. And her work also continues to inspire pro-Ukrainian activists, and they're using her doves as a symbol of cultural resistance. And I just think that she is such an inspiring woman for being a great example of it's never too late to find something you love and to take up art and use what you have with what you've got and just go for it. And art is such a great way to process things. Art therapy is so wonderful. And I want to say thank you for joining me for these videos. I hope you enjoyed them. I'm going to link in the description box if you would like to help local artists, if you would like to purchase art to help the Ukraine. I'm going to link a bunch of resources if that is something that you are able to financially do. I hope you can. If not, retweet, check out some of this art. I will link a bunch of articles. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.